Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to our Elmore County Commission work session meeting, Monday, October 23, 2017. I'll call the meeting to order. We will begin with our regular business, review the minutes of the October 10, 2017 Commission meeting, and any corrections. Hearing none, we'll proceed to the review of the Memorandum of Warrants for the period of October 4, 2017 through October 18, 2017. Ms. McDuffie?
Yes, Chairman. The Memorandum of Warrants for the period stated equaled $1,290,088.39.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, we'll proceed with the old business we have here. Consideration of the hardware maintenance and software license, maintenance and support services agreement with ES&S. This is something that's been carried over from previous meetings. Our county attorney was working diligently to get the agreement in a favorable position for the county. Mr. Courtney, can you update us on that?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The contract that's been submitted in the packet tonight, or that you have in front of you, I've reviewed and, in my opinion, is acceptable.
Right. Thank you.
They've made the changes that I asked them to make.
Okay. Any comments or questions regarding that? Any commissioners? We appreciate your diligence on that and having the best interest of the county in these circumstances. All right, we'll proceed now with continued old business, discuss Elmore County Governmental Operations Transition Plan. Any comments or questions regarding that? This was carried over from a previous meeting.
I have a few comments, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I looked at the operational transition plan for Elmore County, and I'm still having problems with the way it's set up, and it's, you know, I know we say we're supposed to be saving money, and that is, and we were putting people in different positions, and I still hadn't seen the job description, or maybe a job analysis, or maybe salary analysis for the position, and I came up with some things. Summary I know we're gonna be voting on this afterward. I have some items I'd like to pass to each commissioner to read over during the break between now and the business session. Pass that down with you. And I printed this up at home, and like I said, until and I still think that we need to do the way I was reading this job description. What we have here is it's a job summary, and that's not a job description of each one of these items here. And I know we need to do a SARA analysis for a new job like this, and other things that we didn't even determine. And in that, we would say what education you would need. Like most jobs, they say you need a high school diploma, or you need a 4-year college degree in this, and you need a degree in, like I have one in administration, and you know, you might need one in this and that. And then another problem I was looking at is the people that are going to be coming under our operational manager is like the EMA director and the rest of the people that, like the EMA, he should be out there like he is reporting to the commission. This is what I see, but if you read all those articles, And those are things that I think we don't need to rush into anything, and Mr. McDuffie, when do your contract expire? December? And so we got until December to keep on working on this and iron out all of the difficulties that we have in here, or the problem that each one of us have with it. But I think when you rush something through like this, it seems to me like if you're rushing it through, then something got to be wrong. I mean, we ain't got to do this overnight. And what it's been 2 weeks since I found out about it, and I know in one of the things we do for the citizens of Elmo County is that we ask, and this has been done through I think the 2000 plans, when the chairman would appoint each commissioner, where it won't be such a heavy load on him to be over certain things like economic development. I think we got Commissioner Mercy, and when over law enforcement we got Commissioner Daughtry, and road and bridge, highway department we got Commissioner Hope, and then I was appointed over personnel. And I think the way we go by doing stuff, I have a problem with it if I'm over personnel, why don't I be in on the first step of the plan instead of getting on the tail end of it? And I mean, if I don't need to be there to help along with the citizens of the county and personnel, then I'll just sit on the sideline and somebody else can take over that, and then I'm gonna just do what the people put me here to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Questions? Well, Commissioner Reeves, I appreciate you putting together this information. I think that we all appreciate Ms. McDuffie's efforts over the years, and obviously her retirement is an opportunity for her to do some of the things that she desires to do in life, and she's dedicated a lot of time and energy to the county, and we appreciate that. And now we're to a point where we do have to make some decisions on how we will move forward, and I think that we've had the opportunity to discuss this in many cases. Last meeting, I think there were a lot of great points made last meeting by all the commissioners, and it was an opportunity for us to share thoughts and ideas, and many of those things have been incorporated. There have been many discussions, I know, and there have been many things that you have contributed in many ways, being involved in personnel and getting us moving forward with our policies and procedures manual, which I do believe that we are making a lot of tremendous progress there, and I appreciate you on those efforts. Any other thoughts or comments regarding this?
Yeah, Ms. McDuffie, Commissioner Reeves, you brought up something, her contract was over in December, but are you not retiring earlier than that? Okay. I just know something had changed. Okay.
No, I think what I was bringing up is that if we needed her up until that point in her contract, I had a contract right there, we could, we're going to have to pay her an annual leave, or either way, we're going to have to pay her till the end of her contract anyway. It's going to be, we got a binding contract till the 31st of December this year. And I think what did you bring it by the commission to ask for leave, or you going to take leave the rest of the time, or did we grant that, or what?
No, it was my understanding that once I retired, or once I submitted my retirement papers, that the contract would be null and void then.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure there's something had changed and I didn't know about it.
So technically my contract's up the day I retire.
We're not paying you all the way to
No.
for leave or anything?
No. Just a few hours leave is all, not through December, no.
So we had a contract with you, and now it's made null and void by the commission? It was brought before the commission to do that? To make it null and void? I don't know anything about it, but
because
make
of my
it null and void, that was passed in the commission meeting?
Well, you opted to retire the end of this month, is that
Yes.
correct? Is that the way I understood it?
Yes,
So you submitted your information as to,
retirement system, yes,
okay,
and gave notice back in June
okay,
that I'd be retiring.
okay, thank you.
That you would be retiring, but I'm saying about the contract now. I'm just saying, I know when I retired, I had to give the retirement system a notice like, I think 30 to, I remember 30 days or something, 'cause I retired from the state, and the county, you know, the same thing. We in the same retirement system. And I know we had to give notice that we plan to retire on such and such a date. But still, that don't say, that would could take you at the first of the year past your contract or whatever. You know, I mean, the commission, I mean, sometimes you need to know some things, and I don't, you know, I didn't know that you was making, it was gonna be null and void. That's just for me, but the rest of them might have knew, but I didn't.
Ms. McDuffie contacted all of us during the summer prior to, or immediately returning from vacation, I believe, if I remember correctly, and expressed her desire to retire effective November 1st. At that time, her plan of action, as explained to myself, and all of this information was, the date of November 1st was shared with all the commissioners. Ms. McDuffie explained that, or I asked Ms. McDuffie what she had to do to retire from the state in order to be, in order for it to be a proper retirement through the state. It was a 30-day requirement for her to submit it prior to the date of retirement, which was November 1st. And at that time, I heard, and as with any of this, I've heard no objection from anyone regarding a retirement date of November 1st. In fact, we have tomorrow her reception of her retirement, which everyone's been made aware of. And I do believe that if there is or was any alarm or concern 5 months ago or more from any of the commissioners, I would hope that it would have been expressed at that time that we need a plan moving forward. We have these concerns or questions or all of these things that are being raised in the last, 13 days, where this is something, this is not news that Ms. McDuffie is retiring November 1st.
Okay, I was just saying, you work out a contract, and then I'm not,
Well, I think that 5 months ago, we could have asked Ms. McDuffie to stay.
5 months ago, did we bring it through a commission meeting? I mean, we have the minutes that we did.
5 months ago, Ms. McDuffie notified all of the commissioners expressing her desire to retire.
She notified most of all the commissioners.
Okay, well, if you were unaware that Ms. McDuffie was retiring in November,
No, I know she was going to retire, but I was thinking that she was, just like I just said, I thought she was taking leave up until her retirement date was in December. And that's what I did when I retired.
right. Did you ask Ms. McDuffie that?
I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman. We can move on.
Okay. We'll proceed with the discussion of Chief Engineer and Operations Officer job description, which is in conjunction with the item that we are discussing, which is included in the packet, which provides some detail.
Well, the job description, Mr. Chairman, is, I'm looking at it, I looked at his job summary, and I guess the job description is these items down here from 1 to 20. Right down here.
Right, there's, yes,
Yeah.
all that
So
information.
down here it says those are job summaries. Right here.
Right, and then
Yeah,
the
job
following
summary.
items there. listed.
Yeah, and then what I'm saying is when we put a job summary up, these are the different things that he will be managing or doing or whatever, then I need, that's the, job summary, but it's not a job description.
Okay, well, one, we are creating a position that currently we have no comparison from anywhere else that of an exact position like this. This is something that I think that we as 5 commissioners, along with Mr. Byer and our county attorney, are fully capable of. This is going to be a fluid situation. We're doing something different. We have outlined some very specific categories of responsibility. We've got a trusted individual who is very capable of doing these things. Many of his responsibilities will continue to be job responsibilities that he currently fulfills, which is listed in a job description as the county engineer. And many of those things will be continue to fall under his area, along with some things that we're going to have to, over the next month or two, as we work towards our appraisal system and our job descriptions, we as a county commission are going to have the opportunity to work towards making this plan a successful plan. And I think for us to put ourselves out there with a very detailed job description, there's going to be things that we're probably going to have to adjust. I mean, this is going to be a fluid situation. We're going to have to be on top of this and make sure that we are identifying the best ways for our county to operate. And the experience of all of these commissioners in private business, in public service, is going to be invaluable in this process.
I agree with you on that. And only thing I'm saying, we need to do a job analysis, and maybe we are starting something new. Every day we start, things become new, but we still need to look around and see if some of these same job descriptions that somebody else had, we combine them, and then we do a salary analysis to fit that with all of the people, not just. And I think Mr. Byer is capable of doing it, but I just want to make sure it's done right. And I believe he's capable. I just want to make sure that we cross the T's and
I'm glad to hear you say that. And what I want is for us to be able to put a plan in place, and for us to have many of these discussions that we're having now, take all of this information and let's put it in place. Let's get that job description exactly the way that we want it.
Right.
And it may take 6 months, because we may have to tweak it a little bit, because we're entering uncharted waters in some respects. But the people of Elmore County elected 5 new commissioners up here for us to be able to do those things, and we need to use all of our skills and talents to do that. And I hope that we can get everybody on board to do that.
Well, like I was saying, we're doing a job analysis of some of the jobs that, if we got 3 people that we're going to be adding other jobs to, and I'm just saying that we do a job analysis of the surrounding states or the surrounding counties that have those similar things. But the fact is, based on everything, we start with the educational part. And that's always been when you make sure the education follow the description, the job description. And we're saying, well, you need this and this and this. And so we're saying Richard got all of those qualifications. We're saying Luke got all those, and we're saying, but if they got them all, let's write them down and say it. And we're saying that Neil have all those, And then let's do a job analysis in the sense that we may not, since this is new, we may not come up with all of the things that we need, but from what we see, this doing this here salary analysis, this is where the salary is on these people. But since we added this, then here's where we think the salary. We get an expert in the field to do it. But I mean that's the way I see it. I mean, we want to do it right, and I know we're trying to save money, but And I don't know if, you know, I was listening to some stuff on TV, but down the road, if they have a tax cut, who gonna be saving the money on down the road? Well, how much are we saving, you know? Yeah, I mean, here's a lot of things, but I think if we ain't gonna wait no whole lot. I remember we waited 6 months before we found before when I was on the commission, before we found an administrator, and we still operated, you know. And I said, yeah, start putting these things in place and let's get them together, and then bring the salary and all. That's a way of looking at it, another way of looking at it. That's all I'm saying.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll proceed with the update of the Tulane building on East Bridge Street and Hill Street in Wetumpka. This item was discussed many months ago regarding the county's ownership of the Tulane building and our request to our county attorney to determine what options we have. And so we'd just like to get an update to the commission on that from our county attorney.
Yes, sir. I've been in discussions and working with the Attorney General's office on this matter, and actually had some discussions with them as recently as Friday on this. And I anticipate a resolution through the Attorney General's office very soon, within the next few weeks.
Okay. So upon receipt of that resolution, then you'll
Yes,
be
sir.
able to advise us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Any other questions or comments from any commissioners? Okay, we'll proceed with the new business. This is a notice. During the next regular meeting of the Elmore County Commission on November 13, 2017, the Commission intends to consider the matter of establishing a one-stop tag program in Elmore County by transferring those duties from the probate judge to the Revenue Commissioner. Any members of the public desiring to be heard on the matter will be granted the opportunity at or during that meeting. So that is the notice for that, and that is during our next regularly scheduled commission meeting on November the 13th. We'll proceed now with Mr. Todd Mims from the Drug Task Force regarding investigative analyst positions.
Chairman, Commissioners, thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to speak. In summary, what I'm requesting is to reclassify two current positions that we have. One of those is an agent's position, which is actually vacant. Jordan Denny was transferred into the DEA Task Force, which is a position that is through the Sheriff's Office. He's a senior agent, had been there for several years, and his pay rate was much higher than what I'm asking to reclassify as an analyst. The other position is our administrative assistant, who's currently there, who has been doing the job of an analyst for many years, but we simply haven't been able to create that position and pay her accordingly. The work that we do is turning daily more and more technical with social media, with smartphones, and retrieving the data that we can use in cases. Simply put, we spend a lot more time doing that now than we did in the past, and the need that I have for personnel is geared towards that type of data. And what I'm requesting is to take that agent slot and reclassify it as an intelligence analyst, and to transfer Taryn Franklin from dispatch over to that position, and to reclassify the position that Audrey McCord is in as our administrative assistant, and increase her pay up to the $15.93 an hour. That would, I believe, that is the pay that Taryn Franklin's at now as a dispatcher, and bring those over and have both of those as analysts to enhance the effectiveness of the agents that we do have at the task force.
So one of those positions is currently open, and the other is the person.
That's the administrative assistant's there now, and by the mathematics of it, the increase in McCord's salary and the transfer over of Franklin's salary still doesn't meet what we already had budgeted to pay Agent Denny throughout our budget for the year. So it's not an increase to the budget, it's actually a decrease to the budget of, I think, the way I figured it is a total of $6,256.64 on the year.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from any commissioners?
I just want to say that the general public, myself included, probably have no idea what y'all do for this county. And I want you to know that I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, the diligence that y'all put in 24 hours a day in protecting Elmore County from illegal drugs and doing whatever it takes, just like what you're speaking of tonight with the social media and all that, and these analysts to stay up ahead of, hopefully ahead of the criminal. So I appreciate very much what y'all do on a regular basis, more than you'll know.
I certainly appreciate that.
Yeah, I also want to say I appreciate what you guys do. I also want to tell you I appreciate you trying to identify areas where you can help us in our effort to run our county more efficiently, utilize those the talents of those employees we currently have where taxpayers' dollars has already been invested, and ultimately by if we choose to do this, it'll result in a savings for the taxpayers. So I appreciate you bringing this to us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. All right, we'll proceed. Consider setting a public hearing for 020 Restaurant Retail Liquor License application by El Patron Mexican Grill, LLC, for El Patron Mexican Grill, 65 Lightwood Road, Deatsville, Alabama, 36022. Any comments or questions regarding this? It's my understanding, Mr. Courtney, the process is, if we so deem necessary to further the process for this, we would set a public hearing date at which time the public would have the opportunity to provide input regarding this.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. Any comments or questions from any commissioners? Okay, we'll proceed. Consider the resolution recognizing the anniversary of Liberty Hill Baptist Church. Any comments or questions regarding that? All right, we'll proceed with the next item. Consider approving service contract with Johnson Controls for HVAC system at County Highway Department. Mr. Byer.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the Highway Department facility is now out of its one-year maintenance period on the new HVAC system in that building, and this would allow for the servicing of the system and upkeep as we have done in all the other facilities throughout the county, to keep it on a routine maintenance system and our setup, and be able to address those systems as we go, instead of not doing that maintenance and then having that all hit us at one time. So this is a little less than $4,000 a year, billed quarterly for a 3-year period. And again, this is similar to what we're doing at all the other facilities.
All right. Thank you. All right, we'll proceed with the consent docket and the travel memorandum. Any comments or questions regarding that? All right, we'll proceed with personnel notifications. Notification of resignation of Bonnie Espy, tag clerk, effective 10/2017. Notification of hire of Christina Wells, tag clerk, replace B. Espy, effective 10/16/17. Notification of promotion of John Philip Estes from captain to deputy warden, replace N. Carlton, Jr. Proceed now with reports to the commission. Ms. McDuffie.
No report, Chairman.
Mr. Byer.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I've got 2 items for you tonight. After some recent ADEM EPA training on our fuel system and tanks, there are some items that will go into effect next October that are requiring us to do some additional inspections. We feel like with the age of our tanks, we'll have some additional items to bring back to you. We're going to try to handle those all in our existing budget, but just kind of give you a heads up that there may be some items that we have to retrofit those tanks to be in compliance. I think that training occurred the end of September, and most of those requirements are being evaluated now through some inspections. The other item you have in front of you, a sample of a invite to a ribbon cutting ceremony. In discussions with the chairman, we talked about doing that next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. I think everything with the building, with the exception of some things maybe on the grounds with the finishing touches on the landscaping, should be done by then. And just want a little feedback from each commissioner to make sure that would be a good time for everybody to be able to do it that day, to open up the lobby and be able to do a ceremony there. So, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have in the way of report. Do y'all have any questions for me?
Thank you. Mr. Jones.
I've got a brief report as well tonight. We've been working to complete the reimbursement process from the expenses incurred during the preparation and response to Hurricane Irma back about a month and a half ago now. We've been working with the state, Alabama Emergency Management Agency on that process. This is the first time that we've done a state-managed incident with FEMA reimbursing. And this is something new for local emergency managers in the state to manage. So we're working through that together. Last week on the 18th, we actually did a point of distribution drill with the Alabama Department of Public Health out at Wetumpka High School for public health emergencies, and that went very well. It was again a partnership with us and the Alabama Department of Public Health on making that come together. And then this week we're partnering again with the Alabama Emergency Management Agency on a tactical dispatcher training class. We've got about 16 class members going through this class that will last all week, and just a lot of projects that we're working on and training that we're offering, and we've got a couple of other exercises that we're beginning to plan as well. But that's all I've got, Chairman. Do y'all have any questions of me at this time?
No, thank you very much. Mr. Courtney.
Mr. Chairman, I didn't have anything any further. If you've got any
Thank you.
questions, be glad to answer them.
All right, we'll proceed with reports from the commission. We'll begin. Commissioner Holt.
I'd like to say, Ms. McDuffie, looking forward to tomorrow, and I appreciate everything you've done in helping me, because I probably called on you too much, but you've been very helpful, and anytime I ask you for information, you did your best to get it, and I gratefully appreciate that, and we'll miss you. So I hope everything works out well for you, because as I expressed to you, I know exactly what you're going through as far as retirement, because I retired myself, but I gratefully appreciate what you've done. I'd also like to say, in relation to this transaction with you, Luke, that, you know, you and I have only had one or two instances. I know we went out on one site, I call it job site, but that's not what it is, and everything worked well, and I appreciate that, and I welcome you on board, assuming that the transition goes through and you get your new position. I look forward to working with you, and expressed with Richie that I'd like to sit down with you guys and go over some things and make sure, since I got roads and bridges, we're all on the same page. And like I said, assuming the transition goes through, I welcome you to that position. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Daughtry.
I'd like to thank Ms. McDuffie in advance before tomorrow for her service. She told me she bought a new saddle for her horse, so I know where she's going to be spending a lot of her retirement. So we certainly wish you well, along with your family, and a lot of happy retirement years, and thank everyone for coming this evening.
Thank you. Commissioner Mercer.
Thank you, Chairman. Ms. McDuffie, I as well want to add to that. I appreciate your assistance over the last 10 months. I wish you all the best in your new venture, and again, appreciate what you've done for us. I want to tell everybody about an event that the City of Millbrook Parks and Rec is going to be sponsoring the 28th of October. It'll be a Boo Fest for children. It'll be at Village, Green, and it'll take place from, 10 to 12. So, y'all make sure and come enjoy that. There'll be various businesses there giving out candy and other items. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Reeves.
Yes, I just want to thank everyone for coming, and this Ms. Duffy. I'm sorry I'm going to have to miss your celebration tomorrow for your retirement, but I got a doctor appointment, but I pray that the Lord be with you and your family and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you. Ms. McDuffie, I'm disappointed you didn't provide a report on your last meeting here, and that we offered you the stage and you declined, but I think that you can tell from each of the commissioners' remarks that we do express our gratitude to you for your efforts in working with us as a new county commission over the last year. But more importantly, I think the dedication and commitment that you have to the county leading up to we as commissioners were in positions outside of the day-to-day operations, and we observed things, but we didn't understand everything, and I don't claim that we do now understand everything, but I do feel as though and I can speak personally, that I always felt confident that I had a resource that I could go to that would provide some clarity and guidance and information so that we can make the best decisions possible. And so for that, I express my gratitude to you and to the entire staff. I know that you would immediately respond with, I have a great staff that works with me that provides a lot of that also. And so I'm grateful for that and for the commitment that you've made to the county over the last several years to put us in a position that we're in now. And I unlike some of the commissioners, I have never retired, but I can't wait. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I hope at one point I'm able to get to that stage in life. I think that there are many great things ahead for you and for your family, and I hope that it's all that you desire it to be. And I express gratitude to each of you for being here. Reminder that we do have there is the Veterans Day celebration at the Episcopal Church in November, and I'd encourage all the citizens to participate and try to get out to that, along with any other local celebrations for that day. And I am grateful for the county we live in. Having 4 children, I travel around a lot with different things, whether it be activities they're in or vacations or anything like that. And there is no place I would rather live than Elmore County. And for me, Wetumpka, but for all of us, it's Elmore County. And I am constantly reminded of the pride that people in Elmore County have of our community. And I hope that we as a county commission can work towards many things that will manifest that. One item that I know Commissioner Holt has expressed to me, and I've started the wheels turning on some beautification efforts, specifically with litter. And there's going to be some things coming out soon. We're going to be able to organize ourselves and do things, not spending a bunch of money, but we're going to use the love that the people have for the county and the pride that the citizens have in this county, and we're going to find a way to make the county more beautiful and represent the county better by what people see on the sides of the roads. And so that's just one thing I wanted to mention that I look forward to working towards, and we'll need citizens' help for that. So we'll proceed now with the important calendar dates. Ms. Kim?
This Thursday, October 26th, is the ACCA district meeting at 6 in Alex City. Friday, November 10th, the courthouse will be closed in observance of Veterans Day. Saturday, November 11th is the next countywide cleanup day, noting the rotating location there will be at the town of Elmore. And Monday, November 13th is our next commission meeting at 5 with the business meeting following.
Okay, thank you. We will reconvene in a few minutes for our business session. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Elmore County Commission business meeting, Monday, October 23, 2017. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I'd like to invite Commissioner Holt to offer the invocation, following which Commissioner Mercer will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for this day that you've given us and all the blessings that you bestow on us. Sometimes we don't really appreciate that, but you do great things for us. We ask that you be with the less fortunate in our county and community that are in nursing homes, hospitals, assisted livings, and give them some comfort and assurance that things are going to be the way that we're taught, that, you know, if we believe in your Son, Jesus Christ, that we're going to live in eternity. So we ask that you comfort those people that are less fortunate, even if it's economic less fortunate. But we also ask that you continue to give us direction as a commission, and that we always do what is within your will. And we ask that you continue to bless this county as you have in the past, with growth and good citizenry, and that we'll do the job as you expect us to do. We ask these things in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. All right, Ms. Kim, will you call roll, please?
Commissioner Holt,
Here.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Here.
Chairman Stubbs.
Here.
Commissioner Mercer.
Here.
Commissioner Reeves.
All right, we'll proceed with the notice. During the next regular meeting of the Elmore County Commission on November 13, 2017, the Commission intends to consider the matter of establishing a one-stop tag program in Elmore County by transferring those duties from the probate judge to the Revenue Commissioner. Any members of the public desiring to be heard on this matter will be granted the opportunity at or during that meeting. We'll proceed now with the regular business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the October 10, 2017 Commission meeting as presented during the work session?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the memorandum of warrants for the period of October 4, 2017 through October 18, 2017?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the hardware maintenance and software license maintenance and support services agreement with ES&S?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the Elmore County Governmental Operations Transition Plan?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
No.
Is there a motion to approve Chief Engineer and Operations Officer job description?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
No.
Proceeding to new business, is there a motion to approve creating 2 investigative analyst positions?
I make a motion.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
And the motion was to approve. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
And just by way of notification, these next 3 are all part of the same presentation from the Mr. Mims. We've just broken down. Motion to approve investigative analyst job description.
Make that motion to approve.
Second. Oh, go ahead. Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve reclassifying 1 agent position to investigative analyst?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
there a motion to approve reclassifying one administrative assistant position to investigative analyst?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry,
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve or deny the setting a public hearing for 020 restaurant retail liquor license application by El Patron Mexican Grill LLC for El Patron Mexican Grill, 65 Lightwood Road, Deatsville, Alabama 36022, for November 13, 2017 at 5 p.m.?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution recognizing the anniversary of Liberty Hill Baptist Church?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry,
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the service contract with Johnson Controls for HVAC system at County Highway Department?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry,
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the consent docket?
I make a motion.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry, Chairman Stubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Personnel notifications, notification of resignation of Bonnie Espy, tag clerk, effective 10/2017. Notification of hire of Christina Wells, tag clerk, replace B. Espy, effective 10/16/17. Notification of promotion of John Philip Estes from captain to deputy warden, replace N. Carlton Jr. Are there any additional reports to the commission? Ms. McDuffie? Still nothing. All right, we'll have to go back to old videos. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I just want to express my appreciation for your confidence in me in the vote earlier, and also I'll get the chance tomorrow, but I also want to express my appreciation to Ms. McDuffie and all the work and hours that she has invested with the county and spent with me trying to make sure that the county has been able to put infrastructure in place, and I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you. Mr. Jones? Thank you. Mr. Courtney?
Nothing further, but I also would like to express my appreciation to Ms. McDuffie. I've enjoyed working with her and wish her the best of luck.
Any additional reports from the commission? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry,
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Meeting adjourned.